Welcome to the Perfect Genetics Challenge, Generation 3, Episode 5. In Episode 4, we explored Vice City very thoroughly, and now Bill has returned home to Appaloosa Plains. And it's snowing, it's middle of winter, Rocket Horse was climbing a hill, and I decided to go and find out just where he thought he was going. It turns out he was heading into town. It was late at night and nothing much was happening in the main household, so I decided horses don't get a lot of playtime in this series, so I thought I'd follow him just to see where he was heading. And just as it was getting interesting, the game crashed, so I had to reload. By then I knew where he was going, so I didn't follow him again. I reloaded and decided to focus on the house. And here we have the two recently aged up imaginary friends made real, Connor and Patsy. They have a lot of potions to discover, and they're doing well. Their progress was not often saved before the game crashed. It just went into a total crash mode. It was getting quite frustrating. As soon as a little bit of progress had been made, I saved, and then I had to close down and reload, of course. And here's our heir, Donna, the same who's going to be the mother of Generation 3, and she's working on her sculpting. But it is winter time, and because it was crashing so often, I went into options and I turned the graphics down considerably, and I also reduced the length of the winter time so that it would be only 2 more days before spring, hoping that I could nurse the game along, because I was pretty sure it was the snow that was causing the problems. There's Donna, she's across the road in the festival grounds, and it's the winter festival, and here she is learning to skate. Then she had a desire to build a snowman, so I got her to build a snowman. And then she had some fun on the snowboarding ramp, but for now she needs to improve her skating skill, so I'll leave her doing that for a while and go back to see what's happening back home in the house. Donna's grandmother, Olivia, who is the founder of this Perfect Genetics Challenge, had come down to do some scientific research, and Donna's husband, Clark, was working on discovering potions and having some success. And I even managed to successfully save his success sometimes. He often discovered the same potion a few times before I managed to save his progress. I'll leave these two here working on their various skills and go back across the road and see how Donna's going with her skating. It looks like she's improving her skating, having some fun and getting to know some of the locals. I thought I'd let her learn some of the winter skills because I'm having so much trouble with the winter time with the game crashing. I'll probably turn snow off completely from now on. We've just got to get through these last 2 days. And she is having fun. I bet this is the first time she's tried this trick. Uh-oh, down they go. I guess that won't be the last time that happens. Things seem to be going well back at home. At least no one's got singed recently, and Donna's had a bit of a go on the skating rink, so I think it's time she made her snowman, and here she comes. I haven't had this household doing much with the snow in this winter. I think Poppy made a snowman at the junkyard once, and somebody's built an igloo in the front yard of the house. You can see the house behind that horse in the background. And Donna's taking great care over this snowman, patting it down endlessly, so we'll cut most of that out. Gets a bit boring watching them do the same action over and over again multiple times. That horse is getting active. Now she's got about 2/3 of the way there. That horse really wants to have a conversation with her. Maybe she's put the snowman in a place that's blocking him. He's got through. She ignored the horse, so it's left her behind. There goes the head. She's almost finished, and she's got her lifetime happiness points because she has succeeded in her desire to build a snowman. And now I thought this is a great opportunity to get somebody to do a bit of snowboarding on that snowboarding ramp that's behind the horse there. So since Donna's on the lot, she can go do it. When she got over to the ramp, she had to wait her turn because somebody else was using it. But it won't be long before she's going to have her exclusive use of the ramp. And there it is, he fell, and now it's Donna's turn. And up she goes. I think we'll have to watch just for a little bit. We'll leave her here and go back to the house. One thing going for her is nobody else is lining up, so she can just keep doing it until we come back later to get her. And she won't have the stir-crazy moodlet for a change. She seems to get that quite a lot because she's often stuck in the house for days on end. She fell off that one, but now she can just go straight back up again. I'm sure she'll get better, more skill at doing this. Go and see what the others are doing. Olivia and Clark are still down here. I think Clark is about to make a discovery, and there it is, he's found another potion. One step closer to learning them all. Now the children have come home from school, and I was wondering where Eunice had got to, and there she is, standing on the corner in the snow doing her homework. If you could hear that rumbling noise in the background, that was an aeroplane flying over. We're in the flight path for 2 airports, and there's an Air Force base not very far from here. So Eunice has made it home, and she's standing there watching Patsy and Poppy do their homework. It looks like Poppy just finished hers. Clark has come into the next room to paint. It was another one of the wishes that he had. He wanted to learn the painting skill. I've got Bernhilda's coffin there, but I don't usually let her out because I'm a bit concerned about the number of Sims that are often in this household and game crashing, and it's been really crashing lately. Damien had a wish to research a scientific sample and had a Kona bean seed in his inventory, so he came upstairs and put the seed on the table and analysed it. And that's his mother, Cindy, sitting watching TV with Poppy, and his big sister, Donna. She stopped doing her snowboarding practice and come home. So he's got his sample. Now he can go down to the science machine now that his grandmother has stopped using it, and he can go and research his sample. Another thing that Clark wanted to do was improve his inventing skill, so I sent him there to do some inventing. Now this is the 4th time I've sent him here to do this, and it's crashed each of the first 3 times. I managed to save after the 4th attempt. So it's getting a little boring, and the room is in a mess and needs cleaning up, and I've had Cindy clean it 3 times already and lost it each time without saving because it crashed, so she's going to have to come back and clean it all again. Oh look, he just caught on fire for the 4th time, of course, and here we go. He's got to put his fire out. That's why I've got that all-in-one bathroom situated in that corner. Yeah, really need Cindy to come and do some cleaning up here. Now he can go back and continue working on his inventing skill. He didn't catch fire again, thank goodness. Now I'll give you a bit of an update on the status of this game. I think that the snow isn't the only problem with it. I reset the house, and then I reset the entire town using the NRAS mod master controller. I also tried saving the house to the library and bulldozing it after moving them out, of course, and then replacing it on the lot and moving them back in, but none of it was very successful. And then I decided it was so close to the end of winter, if I could just get rid of the snow. I saved the game and reopened it to make sure it had plenty of memory available, as maximum that it could have. And as the snow started to melt, the game started to crash, and I could not get it to go from winter to spring. So I saved the horse paddock to the library. I had already saved the house to the library and bulldozed it and put it back and And then I shut the game down and relaunched and opened up a fresh copy of Lucky Palms. And I set it up, added lots of venues and turned one of the empty houses there into a base camp, saved that, put the NHD file from that game into the save folder of the main game that's just been crashing all the time. And then I got them to dial up the travel, and I travelled to Lucky Palms. Ended up in the base camp that I'd set up. Whenever I'm doing this sort of thing, I'm usually going to merge the travellers in with an existing household, and that's quite easy to do in a couple of steps. But this time I was trying to just move them out of the base camp, but that wasn't going to work. So I had to activate one of the local families and merge most of the Sims from the main household into that household. And then I was able to split them up and put them into their own house. And that left Don in the base camp, because you can't move them all out of the base camp that way. And it took me quite a while, but I eventually managed to get Don out as well. I can't tell you what I did because I did so many things that I can't remember the exact process. And now we will get on with the game in Lucky Palms. I wasn't able to add many venues to Appaloosa Plains, but Lucky Palms, it's full. I couldn't find any more empty lots. I even added an empty lot for the junkyard because I couldn't find one. I didn't know if Lucky Palms has got one or not, but I couldn't find it. The house, it's across the street from the horse paddock, and the horses have got a much bigger paddock now. I discovered that this house was causing massive problems. It was just too big, had too much stuff in it. So after, I could say that it was better than back in Appaloosa Plains with the snow, but it wasn't good. You can see the horse paddock is much bigger than it was. So the thing I did to help it along is I added a basement underneath the barn there and made a living area for two couples. And I've moved Olivia and Don, as well as Cindy and Bill, into that lot. And the main house is not part of that lot anymore, but because they're so close, I'm planning to play both households. Mostly I will be with the main household, but occasionally I'll come across the road and activate the household with Olivia, Don, Cindy and Bill living in it. Let's have a quick look now through what I've done to the basement. Originally I built it with a kitchen upstairs, thinking that the Sims might come here occasionally and maybe even spend an occasional night there when it was still in Appaloosa Plains. But now I've added this living area downstairs, and this is now a separate household from the main household. So originally I just set it up for Olivia and Don, and then I decided to add extra space for Cindy and Bill. Each couple has their own bedroom and bathroom, and that is Olivia and Don's bedroom and bathroom we were just looking at. And this rest of it is just a large shared area. And Cindy and Bill were added in afterwards, and I put them over in that corner. We'll have a look from above showing all of their facilities. I've put a lot of entertainment type of objects into this, plus a few skilling objects. But I thought things like the easel, when they work on them, then they can only use them once unless I'm there to take the paintings away. And other skilling objects, they can catch fire and die. I've had Sims do that on me before, that I've done this sort of thing too. So I haven't added anything like the chemistry tables or sculpting or inventing tables, because all of them you've got to actually tell the Sim to go and have a shower or put themselves out. So anyway, that is it. And Cindy is enjoying a game of darts. They had a darts board over the road, but I never saw anyone using it. It was in the room with the chemistry tables. But she seems to have decided she can play darts here. Let's just have a bit of a look around the neighbourhood that's close to where they live. There on the left you can see the Plumbob Pictures backlot. I've added that. I thought it would add a couple of extra careers, make life more interesting for the game. And that is the original house that is still standing. I'm about to demolish that. The thing is that when Don was left behind in the base camp, he had all of their money. There were no simoleons. I think they had 50,000 simoleons for the whole rest of the household. So Don, Olivia, Bill and Cindy have got about 900,000 simoleons, and the rest of the ex-household, the ones that are going to be Generation 3, had the house plus about 50,000 simoleons. So I gave them the free real estate cheat to get them to be able to move into their own home, which they'd just been kicked out of. So we'll have to demolish that house and use the simoleons they get from that to buy things for the new replacement house. I'm going to give it quite a different look. We will eventually have a good look all around. As you can probably guess, I have my graphics turned down quite a lot. They're not down to the absolute minimum, but they are down quite a lot. And after some frustration with the state of the graphics, I turned them up. Let's see how the game copes. And that's the Plumbob Pictures backlot, and the fire station that I added. It's across the road from it. And down behind there is the military base that came with the world. It is the Desert Arms military base. This area has got mostly residential, it's out of town, and it's got a few little parks, as well as the criminal warehouse and the science facility. As we turn around slowly, we'll see off into the distance the Showtime venues that I've added. Then there's the Lucky Llamas Sports Stadium and Sahara Business Headquarters with the junkyard in the foreground. That's the one I added. I'll take it out if I can find another one that came with the world. Now it's looking back towards the Plumbob Pictures and the military base. Now let's head into town and see what we can find there. We'll start with the Sahara corporate headquarters with the Lucky Llama Stadium there behind it. And then there's the Lucky Simoleon Casino, which I placed here because I bought the standard version of the world. The casino comes with the gold version, but they released the casino sometime before they released the world. So I already had the casino before I bought the world. I think this might have been the first world that they released as a gold version. To do this overview of the town, I've been running the game and pausing just to try to conserve daylight, but it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to just let it run through the night because it's nearly 6 p.m. in the game at the moment, and I'll pick it up again when it becomes morning. I've placed my supernatural park. It's on the exchange in my studio, but I've deleted over 100 plants out of it to make it fit better into the world, and all those plants don't do the game any good. They slow it down. It has got the Gypsy Caravan, the Arboretum and the Vault of Antiquity in it, plus a toilet block that I built and put in there. There's showers and toilets in there. And across the road is Performance Park. That's a Showtime venue. And the sim sitting there is Cornelius Van Dien, the proprietor. And he's reading a book, The Mummy in Love. And across the street is Alistair's Elixirs. It is a venue from the Supernatural expansion pack. There's a llama in there. There's another llama beside Varg's Tavern, so they can travel across the world by llama and get turned into a tragic clown. Maybe some of the locals might get unlucky and get turned into tragic clowns, and it'll be entertaining to see them walking around town until they revert back to their usual form. I'm going to let the game run now, so the next bit will be in the morning. But I spotted a unicorn's light, so I had to go and investigate. I expected it to be black or white, but it appears to be brown. A bit hard to tell in the dark. On the outskirts of town, we've got the Hoi Polloi Event Centre, Mixmaster Karaoke and Flying V's Coffee House. and a roller coaster I built, and it is in my studio on the Exchange. There's the Sweetie Treats roller coaster. I used a lot of things from the Katy Perry Sweet Treats stuff pack in that one. And this is a bowling alley that I made for a different video series, Carolyn and Friends, when she was in Alla Paradiso. I like to use it in various games, but I did not put it up on the Exchange because I built it after I'd had mods and custom content in my game, so I won't be sharing it. And this is the Cake Pleasure Dome that came with Katy Perry Sweet Treats stuff pack. I've added a couple of bakery displays to it because I didn't put a bakery in this world. The sky is getting lighter, day is dawning. I wonder what that is. It must be the unicorn over there somewhere. Casino's still flashing. There is a small wedding venue that I built in behind the Cake Pleasure Dome. See, it's got one end facing us here now. I've had a few weddings in that. It works quite well. That's another thing I won't be putting up onto the Exchange because I built it recently, and that's the Porta Party mini warehouse with the blue and purple lights flashing. It's another one of the Showtime venues that I've added. There's quite a few Showtime venues in this. Another view of the wedding centre that I built. That's the front of it. The game has stuck the Weatherstone on its lot. And there's Varg's Tavern. That's a Supernatural hangout from the Supernatural expansion pack. I think you've probably seen most of the town by now, so I will move on to introducing you to the new house. It's at night time and it was aliens visiting, and it turned out that was Donna being abducted. When I saw the alien abduction, I haven't seen one of them for ages, because in Appaloosa Plains and Moonlit Falls I had them turned off. I was relieved that it was Donna and not one of men like her husband Clark. I didn't want any more alien pregnancies, because with Donna and Olivia there were so many of them, there was no room for Olivia to have babies. But it was Donna, and I immediately went into the NRAS mod and did the thing I needed to do to stop the alien abductions. She wasn't gone for long, but she wasn't happy. She felt terrible. She felt probed. But at least she won't be pregnant. Only the male Sims get pregnant. And you can pause here if you want to write down what I did to turn them off. I hopefully did everything I had to do. And if you want to increase the chance, you can change those zeros to some other number. Introducing the new house. This is a completely different design. I'm not too sure if it'll work, but it's what we've got for now. Little Bindy's enjoying this chew toy. He is about to age up to an elder in this episode. Now, what I've got is a courtyard in the middle and 4 wings of the house around the courtyard, and then there's more space outside as well because it's a 64 by 64 lot. And I have done this design with a few of the Alla Paradiso houses that you'll see if I ever get brave enough to do a live stream, because that's the game I want to live stream. I'm sort of setting up for it. So in the middle here, it's mainly designed for the children, but the adults can do things as well. There's no children in the game at the moment, but we're going to change that soon. I had slowly demolished the old house from the top down and kept anything that I couldn't replace easily. I tried to grab all of the gnomes, but most of it I sold and used the proceeds to pay for whatever I put into this house. Now this is the front room. Its layout and content will change, possibly. The only part of the old house that I kept is the basement. I had to change it a bit. I made this room wider so I could get the fireplace and the chimney in, and I had to put the chimney in a little recess in the end as well, because outside the chimney was going to stop at the ground level and start again above the top of the house. So after I deleted the fireplace to move the wall out, I had forgotten what fireplace they had, so it's changed. They've got the Kingdom of Cambodia fireplace there now. Looks pretty good in its niche. There's Poppy. I've set it up slightly differently, and I used those frozen arches because I never used them and I thought they looked pretty good and unusual. I think that set came as a reward for buying something. I'm not sure. I don't think you could get it in the store. But it came from EA. It's a store item, but it might be a special item that you had to buy something else to get. The idea for this room is it's a type of study. They've got 3 desks down one wall, and on the other wall there's another 3 desks with computers on them. I thought they could do their homework here or something. There's a bookcase there. Looks like somebody's dropped a plate of food on the floor. Guess someone will clean that up eventually. There are plenty of other places around the lot where they can sit and do their homework. And here's little Bindi having his birthday. And I was so sad because there was nobody I could get there to help him celebrate. But he didn't really seem to mind. He just barked about it and let everybody know it was happening. And now he is an elder dog. Don't know how much longer we'll have him for, but he's been a lot of fun to have. And I don't think things will change very much for a while, thank goodness. He'll still look the same. Coco the cat will be aging up as well, but not for a while yet. She might do it in this generation or the next. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'm letting the game age them up. I'm not using a birthday cake or anything for the pets. There he goes down the steps to the basement, where he will find Clark. Just standing there. Looks like there's some cleaning up needs to be done down here again. Somebody's been into the coconut drinks. I think Clark has noticed there's a problem. Get him to clean up, maybe. Bindi's decided not to stick around. He's headed back up the stairs. But Clark is going to tidy up a bit. He put everything in the trash compactor. There wasn't anything to wash. And then I thought I'd see if I could get him to meditate. That thing on the wall was a reward. I think Cindy got it for her lifetime happiness points. And now she's moved out. She's living across the road now. That thing is called an extraordinaire. Might leave Clark there to meditate. I'm wondering if it will help him get some martial arts skill or not. I've never tried it before. I mean, other Sims have sat there and meditated to it, but I don't know if they gained any skill from it or not. I almost forgot to give them a pool. Actually, I did forget, and then when I remembered, I stuck it here beside the house. And then Poppy got a wish straight away. She wanted to dive off a diving board. So there she goes. And you can see the chimney in the background there. That's the chimney from the fireplace down in the basement where the birthday parties usually are. But we've got a new birthday party room in this house is upstairs. Now let's have a quick look at the house as a whole from above. It's not quite as complicated as the old house was. The group science project's just sitting out in the yard. And I've built a greenhouse above the house on one side. And what I've done with the weather is I've made it so that it never gets cold enough in winter to actually snow. And to make sure it doesn't, I have turned off rain, fog, snow and hail of the weather so that we should just be sunshine from here on in. And because I won't need to worry about rain, the greenhouse roof has not got flooring under it. It is as it was originally designed to be when they first released the greenhouse and then discovered that the rain came in, and the only way to stop the rain was to put flooring down so that it behaved as a ceiling from the room below. And that flooring blocked the shadows that they had worked so hard to give us. So I've stopped the rain. I'm not sealing the greenhouse, so we're going to get the shadows. And I'll show you. The garden needs a lot more work done to it, but the Sims that need to learn the gardening skill can handle that. I might change the colour of the brown flooring. I'm thinking that's a bit dark. I'll make changes to the whole thing. This is just really the first bit. And have a look across the road. That used to be their extra property, but now it is a separate house. That is where Don and Olivia and Cindy and Bill live. And looks like the two horses out, Rocket Pony and Patch Pony. They can get through that gate now, and I was able to actually fix the fence so that the gate works. Couldn't get that to work back in Appaloosa Plains. And there's Cindy walking there, she's going home from somewhere. And now for a very quick zoom around inside the house to just see from the roof looking down what we've got inside. That's the new birthday room on the bottom corner there. And here is the basement. I've had to add extra bits and pieces to it so that they could get access to the basement. There's the kitchen at the bottom corner now. We'll have a good look through all of these rooms eventually. There's some extra skilling things in it now that weren't in the house before. I think I've got everything in there now that they had in the old house. The room with the chemistry tables in it has expanded a bit as well. Put that hallway down there so they could just walk straight into it. That staircase there, that circular staircase, that goes up. So if they're down here, that will lead them straight out to the front door. And this set of steps goes to the courtyard, and the other set of steps goes up to the roof and gives them access to the greenhouse. That is currently the only way to get up to the greenhouse. See, there's the exit from that circular staircase from the basement, and the new birthday party room. We'll see when we use that. We might use it next episode because we've got two teenagers that are ready to age up to young adult. Their fish survived the transfer, which was interesting. I just put those hanging chairs there for the fun of it. I don't know that they'll ever use them. And Oliver had a wish to learn to make a nanite, so that's why we put this particular machine in here. Didn't expect those fish to survive for this long. There's 13 of them there. Any sim that moves into the house instantly gets their lifetime wish achieved if they had the wish to have a perfect private aquarium. I need to make that roof look a bit better, I think. And there's 3 rubbish bins up there that could go into the greenhouse. And the work goes on, discovering potions. This part of the basement didn't change much. I just added an extra exit to the hallway that leads up to the courtyard. Bill is very close to getting his lifetime wish of becoming a celebrated 5-star chef. So I have moved him back into this household temporarily, just in case the game decides to make him change into a different career and start back at stage 1 again. And here's Bill heading off to work. He only works, I think it's 3 days a week now. I will try to transfer him back to his own home just before he gets to achieve his lifetime wish, to make sure that the refrigerator reward that he will get will end up where he actually lives. So I think that'll be it for this video. It's gone on for a bit. It's been a lot of variety in it for you. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, a like would be greatly appreciated. And if you're curious about what happens next, and you haven't subscribed yet, well, that would be a great idea if you did subscribe. And a huge thank you to everybody who has already subscribed. So, thank you for watching. Bye bye for now, and happy simming.